Hello and welcome to my Your Thought Listening Style Response. And within the Learning Style Self-Assessment on page 150, I feel like out of the four questions, I am a task-oriented listener and a relation and supportive listener. And so within that, to answer the question, do you feel like your listening ability can be categorized as primary relation or task oriented? And I believe it really can't primarily just be categorized as one thing, because to me, I feel like it just really depends on the situation. And really, I feel like yes, I could probably lean to one thing, like being as a task oriented person, but really it's just I really can't, just because I feel like, a lot of things that I do in life too, I feel like I'm very task oriented. And as stated on page 145, task oriented listening is the secure information necessary to complete a job in hand. It might involve following your boss's instructions, also tips from your coaches. And, yes, that is very true. For me, I feel like a lot of things that I do, especially when I work in Burger Ranch, I really like, I'm very task oriented when it comes to, doing a job as fast as possible and listening to my manager when she tells me to do a job. Also, when it comes to when my coaches give me tips on the field or off the field to get better as a player, I do listen to them, and I really do take that feedback to heart and able to make me as a better player. Also, when it comes to being a relational listening, it is very hard sometimes too, as stated on 137. Relational listening involves emotional connection with others, and listening and may feel overwhelmed when a person is unable to offer the objective of perspective, and that is very hard for me sometimes too. As in the past, it's very hard for me to give the same person like, oh, I know how you feel. No, because it's very hard, because I've never been in that situation. So, but really, I really like making an emotional connection with the person, even though I'm not able to feel the pain that they're feeling. I still like being there for them and being able to listen, hear them out, and just let them talk as much as they want, just to make them feel better, and to make them feel like there's a person there to help them through the situation. And also, as stated on page 145, it is easy to lose patience with long-winded speakers, and but good task-oriented listeners stay tuned in. I feel like I'm a good task-oriented person, just because like I said on the self-assessment, it scored me as also a relational listener. It's I'm a good person when to stay tuned in to when people are giving me information. So it's very helpful to be a very good task oriented person. That just means I'm able to do things very efficiently and very productive when people give me a task to do. And the next question I will be asking, it says, please identify one real world example in which a particular listening style is especially helpful in diffusing an interpersonal conflict. So the example that I'll be using would be that so I will not give out the teacher's name. It was during high school. We'll call him Mr. Gibby. He was a history teacher, and so the problem was with Mr. Gibby, to other people that took the course before me, saying they would say that he was very confusing as a teacher, and during his lectures he would talk too much. And that's probably something of that a not a task oriented person would say, or just they would get very bored and being bored about the lecture, and not really asking the right questions in order to actually understand what the person was saying. And for me, when I took the class, what helped me a lot was being a very task-oriented person, asking questions. As stated on 145, questioning involves asking additional information to clarify your understanding of the sender. I would ask a lot of questions, and that would help me a lot through the whole course. It would help me through the test, because me asking the questions, and also, taking that question and using it in my own words, and, cross-checking the information and asking it again, because it was very helpful, because then I was able to understand it in my own interpretation. And so, I felt like that class was actually amazing for me. I actually was able to understand what he was trying to tell me. his lectures were actually really fun because really me asking questions just opened more information that he was able to give out for me in the class. And also throughout the whole class, I feel like me asking the questions was very helpful for everybody, just because people had a better understanding of when I was asking those questions. And so I felt like it was very helpful when I was asking questions and, reinstating my questions in my own words, just because, people that, were kind of shy to ask the questions, I felt like I was the voice for the class. Also, when it came to another situation, when I was working in the factory, my manager actually only spoke Spanish, and so me reinstating the information and being a job oriented person, it was actually very helpful because when I was reinstating what she was saying, because she only spoke Spanish, it was very helpful. It was very productive because I was able to do my job correctly, and she was able to rely on me to do something. And even if I didn't understand her, I would ask someone else that knew more Spanish than me to actually help me, and it was very helpful. Thank you so much for watching my response, and I hope you have a wonderful day.